100 Somalis are feared dead off the coast of Yemen after smugglers allegedly forced their human cargo overboard. It's a tragedy that's occurring with growing frequency in the Gulf of Aden. And for more on the problem, we're joined now by Tim Irwin. He is spokesman for the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and comes to us live from Washington. Tim, what do you know about this?
Well, what we know is that on Monday, a boat carrying about 150, mostly Somalis, set off from Somalia, bound for Yemen across the Gulf of Aden. It's generally a 3 or 4 day journey. As they were offshore, about 5 kilometers offshore of Yemen, they were, as you said in your introduction, they were forced overboard. A small group, about 12 people, were put into a dinghy. The rest were told to swim the 5 kilometers to shore. And we know from talking to survivors who made it ashore that only about 47 people did actually manage to make land. So as you said, there are about 100 people missing, and I think at this stage we have to presume that they've lost their lives.
Tim, these are men, women and children paying hideous prices for passage to what they hope will be a better life. It's not legal, but they're looking to get out of where they're coming from and into a country which might help them going forward. We've got some pictures I'm going to run as we talk about what's going on here, because I want you to talk to us about the background to this and the context within which we're telling today's story. Just about a month ago, we talked to one of the representatives from Doctors Without Borders who got some shocking video. Bodies which were washed up on the beaches. Give us a sense of just how big a problem this is.
Well, this is a weekly, a several time a week event, and it's a tragedy which is unfolding nearly every day. Last year, about 15,000 people made the journey to Yemen. Of them, about 1,400 died. This year, we've had a double in the number of people who are risking their lives to make that journey. Fortunately, at this point, fewer people have lost their lives, but it is clearly a huge risk, and it's an ongoing and very dangerous issue. These smugglers are clearly ruthless. They will throw people overboard if they become ill, if they complain of the treatment which they've had. People report regularly being beaten. And what we saw today, people being forced to swim ashore from several kilometers offshore, this is a very common occurrence, and one in which many people, unfortunately, don't make it.
And as we speak, sadly, we're hearing that dozens of bodies have now washed ashore in Yemen. You were talking about the numbers there that you thought might have tried to swim to safety or whose bodies have been thrown overboard, and the story, it seems, is getting worse by the moment. What's being done to alleviate the situation, Tim?
What we're doing, what UNHCR is doing, is working with other UN agencies inside Somalia to try and educate people, to get the word out to anyone who is considering this extremely dangerous journey, that the kind of risks that they face. We're speaking to people, we've got printed material, we're getting the message out on radio stations. But what we're seeing through the doubling of the number of people who have arrived in Yemen this year over 2007 is people are still thinking that the risks are worth it. And that says you something about the violence and mayhem that is ongoing inside Somalia.
Tim Irwin, the spokesman for the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, we thank you very much indeed.